Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Becky Timms here live for the Drive at 5. And today, Big Papa took me out driving in the big truck because it's snowing here in South Carolina. Right now we have about maybe 3-4 inches of snow. And it's just a lot of fun. Actually, we're getting ready. So we went out in his truck earlier, but now he's taking the four-wheeler out of the garage. And so we're going to drive down to where our boys are now because there's more snow that's falling. And we're probably going to get in trouble because we live in a neighborhood that has an HOA and you can't have motorcycles and four-wheelers and all that good stuff, but we're going to do it anyway. So the next time you see me, I might be saying, hey, I went to jail for riding on the four-wheeler in the HOA neighborhood. But anyway, today I want to talk about the honeymoon is over, O-V-E-R, over. So a lot of people love to get on Amazon for fourth quarter. And I love to get on Amazon all year, not only fourth quarter, but I want you to plan accordingly. So if you've been watching me over any amount of time, I always said, hey, I know you're making a lot of money in December. And when you have an increased number of sales, guys, it's a numbers game because the more sales you have, the more likely that you're going to have a lot of returns because it's just a numbers game. And think about it. I mean, did you receive anything for Christmas that didn't fit or you didn't like or it was defective or something was wrong with it? I know I did. I didn't receive it. I went and bought it for myself, but it was one of those times when I had been exercising for like 4 weeks straight and I was feeling all skinny and everything, so I went and bought this sports bra and it was like way too small, but anyway, I have to take it back. And I didn't even try it on because I was like, oh man, you know how you think sometimes better than it's supposed to be, but that's okay. Today I want to talk about Return-uary, and that's what is affectionately called when there's so many returns in a month or in a certain amount of time. And so I was going to pride myself on saying, hey, I haven't gotten any returns. But then today I received an email from Amazon that said I had my first return since like in the fourth quarter. And I was like, oh, man, I'm bummed out. Hey, Bentley, jump up here and show these guys. Come here. Bentley's our mastiff. She's like really big, but you can't see her. She's down there. But anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, we were talking about returns. So anyway, I got a return today, but it actually said the item was undeliverable, so it was returned to Amazon, and I got reimbursed for it. But I do know that if you have a lot of sales, then the likelihood that you're going to have a lot of returns in January all the way up until January the 31st are increased. So I'm going to share with you some ways that you can handle returns and minimize your losses, because if you didn't plan accordingly, you probably got, Amazon pays every 2 weeks, and you probably got huge amounts of sums in December and the first parts of January, and you didn't plan for these returns that could happen all the way up until January the 31st. And when a customer requests a refund or return, they get their money immediately back from Amazon, and then they have an extra 45 days to send the item in. So, I mean, that's a little like 2.5 months right now because of the extended time, because they could wait till like the 44th day to even mail it back in. So you really want to plan accordingly, and you want to do your reconciliation, because if you give refunds and the item wasn't received, then you can request to get your money back from Amazon as well. So the first item, let's see if I can do this, is items that are returned in sellable condition. This means the item, the customer returned it, but Amazon could put it back in your inventory, so they returned it to your inventory. Basically, you don't have to worry. You don't have to do a removal order or anything, but if you want to, you can do a removal order, have it sent back to you so that you can inspect it and then go back out. The second one is damaged. So if you have any items, I like writing on this board. If you have any items that are damaged, so if they're damaged from your house to FBA, then that's your fault and Amazon will not refund you. However, if it's damaged from the Amazon warehouse to the customer, then Amazon's to blame and they will give you a refund. But no refund if it's damaged from you to FBA. The third one is customer damaged. Now, this does not mean that the customer received it and said, oh, I'm just going to break this and send it back. That doesn't really what it means. It could mean that the customer opened it and it wasn't in new condition, or they didn't think it was in new condition, or they could just say it was customer damage so they can get free shipping back to Amazon as well. So when you do receive this, your plan of action is to create, if it says customer damage, you always want to create a removal order from Amazon. And that means you're going to have the item sent back to you so that you can inspect it. And then you can determine if it's new or like new or good condition, and then resubmit it to Amazon. The fourth one is if it's carrier damaged. This means it was damaged by UPS, FedEx, USPS, any of the shipping companies. And if the carrier damages it, then you can, if it's damaged during transit, you can ask to get reimbursed from that. And then the fifth one is if it's defective. So if it's defective, which some customers will tell Amazon that it's defective so they get that return, but it's unsellable. So you want to do a removal order for it. And sometimes you might get it back and the customer said it was defective, but it's not really defective. So it's up to you to determine if it's, is it defective, is it not defective, so that you can get the free shipping, or the customer wants to get the free shipping. But if you get too many defective items, so you really need to stay on top of this one right here, because if you get too many, then Amazon can stop you from selling that one item, and or they can put your account under like suspension danger, and you really don't want that to happen. So just remember, you have the 30-day, or a customer normally has 30 days to request a refund, but not in fourth quarter. They have all the way until January the 31st to request the refund. And then do your reconciliations. If you see that after the 45th day you don't get refunded, or the customer did not return the item to Amazon, then you definitely want to just open a case and submit it and say, hey, this order number was not refunded to me. And then the number one thing too is you always want to remove your unsellable inventory, because you're incurring monthly fees on that, and so we don't want you to get those monthly fees. So that's what I wanted to talk to you today. I'll put a title up here. It's on how to handle returns and minimize your losses. And just know that spring is coming, and you will be able to, you want to minimize your losses, do returns. It's part of business. It's part of doing business. You're going to have them. It's inevitable. So I'm off. It's snowing outside. I'm going to ride the four-wheeler with Big Papa through the neighborhood. We're probably going to get in trouble because we shouldn't be riding through the neighborhood, because we live in the HOA and they might come get us, but that's okay. So hope you all have an amazing Wednesday. And Brian Cinnamon, thank you so much. I'm off work again tomorrow. So your prayer, or your post on Facebook, that thing cracks me up. Brian posted on Facebook, hey, I'm praying for all my friends that have to go back to work tomorrow. That was like on Tuesday that he posted that. And he was meaning it to be very inspirational, saying, hey, if you want to work from home, then, learn e-commerce or do something like that. But I posted, I was like, Brian, thank you so much. Your prayers of working, I don't have to work today, and I don't have to work tomorrow either. So I'm super excited about that. And then tomorrow night, I'm actually going to have a live webinar that goes over private label. So if you want to join me there, it's at 8 p.m. Tomorrow night, January the 4th, privatelabelcourse.com, and you can learn all about private label and my e-commerce journey. So I hope to see you on the webinar. Bye. Off to ride the four-wheeler.